Morning, Johnny.
Morning.
Mark.
Morning, Jim.
What's up you got there?
Oh, your old hammer drill.
Oh, she's old. The old Hilti.
Good, huh?
That thing I think is as old as we are.
That's
Gerd gave
lock
that
in
to
there?
me.
How's that going?
Here, I'll show you. Yeah, Gerd gave that to me. This is from the 80s, this thing. You can see the ball in there. It's gonna go like so. And close it.
Funny, I did that. Just pull it up in this. Yeah,
Bam, bam. Thank you, man. Alright. You know, I did think of extension cords when you're dealing. Before he leaves.
that's it.
There's power. Oh, just watch your step there.
So this is right where you want this one, eh?
Yeah. And this too, you remember how to use this part, right? You get it to hammer.
Yeah, you gotta turn
that and push it down. And then it's hammering.
it.
Alright?
Yeah.
Cool beans. So Mark's marking out the posts. Got 6-foot handrails coming down and 4-foot guardrails. He's marking out the posts. We're going to be putting actual anchors in them. Did I steal your guys' bolt? That galvanized bolt? Alright. So it's going to be a 3-inch bolt in there, obviously with a galvanized anchor going in there. So it's going to be almost as deep as a coping, pretty close. Because it's going to be hitting on top here. No washer required with these. This is actually overkill for this. You could use leg shields, but I prefer these. This is good for 500 pounds, just one anchor. Times 4 is 2,000 pounds, so we usually put 3 in. That's 1,500 pounds per post. Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna take that down. That aluminum will break before it gets ripped out of there. Plus, we use, when we put our anchor in, rolling. When we put our anchor in, we use our PL Premium construction adhesive that goes in there, so it actually holds, gives it a lot more strength as well. Helps stop the concrete, the coping, from deteriorating. Anyways, I gotta go pick up the anchors. These guys are gonna start drilling out for our posts. Kids are on their way to school. Cool beans. See, we're all learning. I'll be back. Alright, so the brand we're using is the Railblazers. It's upside down. I was just at Home Depot because we can't get the brackets for the actual standard stair posts. Thank goodness our kit came with it, the stair kit, because he can't frickin' get them. So for a guardrail, I just went and did this. To have the brackets, wanna hold that? It has the brackets built into it, top and bottom, so we're good to go. Now I had a supposed general contracting company. I'm not going to name names, but I've never heard of this guy. He's just basically, the market's on fire, so there's everyone jumping in a truck and calling themselves a GC. Now to be a GC, you got to be licensed through the government of Ontario. That's the way it works, which we are. He says to me, he says, the bolts that they supply with those things, they suck. I was mounting them to concrete the other day and they suck. So what did I say? Yeah, John's already laughing here his ass off. So I looked at him, I'm like, what? You don't have like the, well, first he says the system sucks. I said, what? You don't have the proper tools. You don't have a hammer drill, this, that, and the other thing. He said, well, I was putting them into concrete and the bolts they send with it, they suck. I kind of chuckled a little bit at him. And I said, those are meant for wood. And he says, no, they're not. That's the ones they send with it. You can put them in wood or concrete. I'm like, no, they're not. You need to get either galvanized leg bolts, and then with the sleeves, the galvanized sleeves, or get actual leg shield bolts. I have some leg shield bolts. Oh my goodness. These ones we use for concrete when you're attaching to wood to it. There's a leg shield bolt. Now you hammer that in after you drill your hole out and you tighten this down and it pulls this bottom part up nice and tight. That's for concrete. Or, you gonna pass me that bolt up there? Or use this, a galvanized bolt. This is what I like to use because it holds a lot more weight bearing on it. Now if you're attaching, say you're doing framing on a slab on grade and you're attaching your bottom 2x4, you use those leg shields. That's what they're great for. These are the actual galvanized sleeves. So this is outdoor use. That would be indoor. This is outdoor galvanized. I just thought it was worth mentioning that to you guys, and also be really careful what contractors you hire, especially when you're in a deep recession or the market's on fire, because us good contractors can't keep up. So anyone jumps in a damn pickup truck, they'll throw a wheelbarrow in it, put some decals on the side of it and call themselves a contractor. Yeah, so you think those are made for concrete? What's that? No, hell no. Yeah, Mark's chuckling. He knows they're not. We've done lots of this stuff. Yeah. Funny. Be careful who you hire. Oh, you don't mind being on YouTube, do you? No? This is John.
Hey.
It's our new guy.
Yeah.
He's learning too. We are always learning. Everyone's learning. He's got lots of experience in construction trades, forestry, roofing, etc. When it comes to hardscaping and this type of construction, he's learning just like the rest of us. We're always learning, man. I'm 20 years in and I'm still learning. As soon as you think you know everything, that's when you become stupid. Anyways, we're going to hammer down on this. Let's get her going. Now when you install these sleeves, they got a split. You always put the split to the bottom, and here's why. As soon as you put your bolt in there, when you start bolting down, it starts putting pressure on the bottom. And if you do it at the top, it ain't gonna work. Well, it'll work, just not as good. You want the pressure on the inside, not at the top where it's gonna end up breaking. You want the pressure at the bottom of it. So, these are good and deep, Mark?
Should be, yeah. Check them.
Check them?
Yeah, I did.
Cool beans. Alright, so we'll put a little dabble do ya of glue, PL Premium Construction Adhesive, in those holes. Don't worry, that base plate will be covering up pretty good. You don't need to fill it up either. A little more than that though. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you only need a little bit in there to help add strength to the stone. So make sure your split is going in at the bottom. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Split goes into the bottom. Split goes into the bottom. And then we will gently, ever so gently, grab one of those posts. And now, we do not tighten those up yet. All we want to do is just caca. Just put them in there nice and loosely, just enough to hold that post. It's going to be caca. There's a frenzy going on over there. Must be something dead. Alright, so now we have our bottom part. Now, I'm just going to line this up for it to slightly loosen there.
Want a little closer?
No, doesn't have to be. Of course, I got this thing upside down right now, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Find the length pretty easy.
Well, we're just going to put it in place, and then you're going to get your pencil.
We have it here already. Yeah, just cut that.
Yeah, you take that right off. You don't need that. You only need that for when you're putting glass in there. That little, it's basically a support.
For in the middle.
You see that? This basically is a support to go right here if you have a nice big piece of glass in there, because glass is obviously a lot heavier than aluminum. It's good that it's loose because we put bolts in there to tighten it up.
Yeah. Can someone put that bit in the hammer drill? I think we're going to use the 1/2-inch tube in between that one because that one.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt doing it right.
No.
Yeah, no. See how that part opened up?
Mm-hmm.
Close. Open. Oh, hold on. You see that little ball bearing in there?
Yeah.
See this part?
Mm-hmm.
That side? Yeah. And bam, thank you, man. So, just leave this. Nope, we're going to pull this right out of the way now that Mark marked it. Now that Mark marked it, measure thrice, do it once. Hold on a second here. Yeah, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Alright. So now we'll pull that piece off. I got the post. Move this stuff right out of the way. Here you go, John. You want to take the bottom plate and the concrete screws out of there? Those are galvanized. They are good, but they're not meant for concrete. They are not meant for concrete. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah. So now, here you go. I'll do it. Apply some pressure on that, turn that, and wham. Right through the croping. Caca!
I think we should bag up these other ones and get them
put
so
them
they don't
in,
get nicked up at all or dusty.
Yeah, because those are being returned. Oh dear.
I'll help in a second. So what Jim did there is he put some pilot holes in there, and we're going to step up our bit to a 1/2-inch one, and then we'll go to the 5/8 just because it's too much and going into the 5/8, so we'll just chip the top of the cap.
Same sense as having a pilot hole, right? Bam, bam. That big 5/8 one's on that stuff there. Yeah, we'll just hose this off when we're done. I love old trusty Hilti here. This thing's as old as I am, I'm sure.
Thanks, Joe.
There's a post that we had up here. I think that's it right there. Go grab that sucker. Thank you. Make sure everything's all lined up. Which it is. Get the glue. Keep her close, man. No sense bringing her way over there. I could drip down on the gravel. Some glue.
Did you put 2 squirts in there, Jake? Oh, I put too much.
Oh well. Sometimes too much is a good thing. That's what she said.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Jim, you're gonna have to grab that gun.
Here, just rest this on the wall there. Just rest it on the wall, but with the glue end on the gravel side. Alright. Just put those to the bottom. Oh, I put way too much glue in there, but that's all good. And just put some on the pants. Nothing wrong with that.
What's that, Jim?
Some bolts there. Yeah. Don't worry, I get the cover on it.
Here. Here.
Oh, you already got all 3. Beaut. Oops, sorry. Put those in there loosely. And then we don't need that. That can just go right on down there. Oh boy! Oh, don't lose the plastic. Get us some pickets. Some pickets. And put our bottom piece in. Come on. That's why we never ever take these up right away. You can watch us do this one, and then you'll get the idea. We'll bring it back when we start the railings. That's a brand new box, Mark. That's why, because there's one already open with the top handrail. That's for this side.
All right.
You swore. Now I got to edit that out. The video is coming out Friday. I edited out probably 4 or 5 swears that I did. New instructions. Those are good to read if you've never done these before. That's a plastic piece in that's got to be in there. It actually protects the pickets. The pickets are actually, you can move them up and down a little bit. There's a little bit of wiggle room. This is also another reason why you never attach it. Because I actually have to detach it. You want to pull that bottom part off there too? Onto that. Alright, Mark, whenever you're ready, slide it in whichever side you want to slide it into first. Right. So the top rail slides in. Yeah. You want to make sure he doesn't push pressure on that post over there, JP. Okay, be careful. I'm scratching. Alright, now I can reattach the bottom. And that one just slides right on in. That may require a little force that side. Cute. Alright, so now we're gonna get our pickets. Our pickets! And spacers. Pickets and spacers should be in a picket box.
Right here we go.
Alright, dude. I guess we're doing this. We'll do this side, and then we'll shut you down, and then we'll do the other side.
Oh, these are Roberts.
Isn't that a thing of beauty? Do you know what that means? It's a Robertson. It should say on that box, made in Canada.
Ooh.
If it was made in the States, it would be a Phillips, which is a star. A Robertson's a square. States still makes good stuff, but I just prefer the Robertson. You get a better bite. You want to get our 20-volt drill ready to roll there with the battery? Oh shit, he's way ahead. I swore. Darn it, I swore. You got the impact one. I think you need the actual drill one.
They're self-packaging.
What's that?
Oh, the drill will work for that.
The impact?
Oh, impact
Impacts
too
are
much
meant
power.
for driving screws. That's what they're meant for.
Oh, it's got a fitting in there.
Yeah, that's what they're meant for.
Yeah, this is really soft steel, eh?
Yeah,
I would use the regular drill.
Yeah, I would use the regular drill. Well, we got it in, finally. You tell some engineer took over the design on this because they completely changed it. Because that's what you got to do, right? You want to fix what's not broken. That makes perfect sense. Before, it used to be on its own separate bracket here and it'd be on a pivot point. They no longer make that. They make this stupid design. You literally need 3 guys just to put this railing system together. What time is it? 12:30-ish?
No, I think it's 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. Wow. Yeah. 1 o'clock. Someone's smoking reefer around here.
Oh, I know it.
Are you smoking reefer, bud?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, he's smoking up right now.
Yeah.
Anyways, that mess is finally on. I'm not impressed with these new designs, you know. I don't like that company's got to fix something that ain't broken. A little wet here. I was going to give you an actual video in depth on how to actually do that, but obviously it's raining and we wanted to get it done, and work is priority. YouTube comes last over everything else, I'll tell you that right now. We don't make money on YouTube. We make money doing what we're doing. Oh my goodness, it's all wet. That's how these guys get paid. And they take care of their families and whatnot. Anyways, that's gonna be the end of this one. Where's the winter hair fella? He's all wet. Hey, set her down, big dog.
Oh, hope you guys enjoy this one. Wet out.
as you can see. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bam. Professional guys.